my dear ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy for today's video. I think this is the essential topic that you should be mastering before anything. It's something that I believe is the crucial in order to become the woman of elegance. And this is actually your femininity, your feminine energy, your sensuality. What does that mean, being a woman? This is a topic that is yet so wide, but yet we don't know anything about it. We were never taught this in school. It was very taboo topic, and I think still is, but I think the time has come that we start talking about it and that we start actually realizing what the real power of a woman is. And it doesn't have to do with what you've been taught for now, and it's not even close to this modern feminism that a lot of women think is actually empowering them, when in fact is actually taking power from them. So ladies, what do you know about femininity? What do you know about feminine power, about what does mean being a woman? What actually is that, a woman? I think that without this, without knowing what actually being a woman means, I think that anything like clothing, beauty is just becoming very pointless. And I don't want to sound wrong now, because you know how much I love fashion and I love beauty, but I know that this image of superficial beauty has nothing to do with the real power of a woman, because regardless of what age this woman is, how it looks, if it's skinny, if it's maybe more curvy, that doesn't mean that if she's not fitting into this superficial world of, let's say, ideal of a woman, that she's not a woman then. And here I'm talking about that femininity is something much deeper than we know. We are living in the society, and I notice this a lot on women becoming very masculine, very not feminine, thinking that they are feminine. Real feminine power comes from within. And I know that a lot of women are struggling to actually waken up this feminine power and this femininity, because they were never taught about this. For example, in school, we've never learned anything about what means being a woman, what means to be a man, what is the feminine power, feminine energy, what is the masculine energy, what are differences. We don't know a lot about those things. I mean, I would even say we don't know nothing about those things. A lot of women think that they need to prove something, for example, also to the men, to the society, that they don't need them, that they are independent, and that they just are self-sufficient. And don't get me wrong again, there's nothing wrong with having your own money, your own career, being able to take care of yourself. This is a very good quality of a woman. But what I'm trying to say here is that if you need to prove something to someone, if you need to prove to a man that you are independent, that you don't need him, then you already failed. And I know that this might sound a bit harsh right now, but it is how it is. If you need to prove something to the world, first of all, you're not surrounded with the right people, and you need to ask yourself, why do you feel this need to prove yourself so much? A feminine woman, she doesn't need to prove anything. She just walks into the room and she will be the center of the attention, but not just by her appearance like many people think. And I think that I've mentioned this before many times. She actually has this feminine energy activated, which every woman has, but just forgot about it. And don't feel bad because you maybe forgot about it, or because you don't know how to do it, because a lot of women are struggling with that. And I have to tell you one thing. I've seen a lot of women, beautiful women, looking like women, but acting more like men. Sometimes some men actually are more feminine than certain women. And this has become a big problem in our society. And this is something that concerned me, because the world doesn't need more masculinity. It needs more feminine qualities. And this is the quote that I just quoted by one amazing woman that I'm going to actually share with you. I will link down below her YouTube speech that I've been so inspired by. When I heard this speech, I just fell on my knees. When I heard this woman talking about the real femininity, the real power of a woman, This is such a big revelation, and I really advise you to watch this video because it's so important and it might be the beginning of your journey toward your femininity. Ladies, one of the things that will really help you to get into your feminine energy, to get in touch with you, is sensual dance. Dancing has been one of the oldest rituals of women and truly helped women to get in touch with themselves, with their bodies, with their sensuality. So I really advise you, if you cannot afford a dance class, you still have a lot of free YouTube videos about sensual dances, and you can do that at home. You don't have to go anywhere if you feel uncomfortable doing it in front of other people. And I definitely advise you to do that because this will help you to activate this kind of energy and get in touch with your femininity. You can see a woman who might not be this picture perfect like we see on Instagram, who might not have the most beautiful dress or the most beautiful body on this planet, but she will have this energy activated. And trust me, this is so powerful that people will just follow her. This is how it works. A woman who is feminine, who stands in her feminine power, she can be the CEO of a company, but she will lead with femininity. And this is something we need nowadays. There is too much of masculine power, and women are trying to fight back by being more masculine. And this is not how you fight back. This is not even how you fight. You don't fight like this. And this is not how you prove something to the world. I know a lot of women who are actually not satisfied with their relationships toward men, who are actually in marriages for 20 years and their marriage is falling apart because they forgot about those essential things. A lot of women think that, oh, I'm at home, I don't need to wear anything special, I will just wear a tracksuit, it doesn't matter how I look. It matters a lot. I used to wear tracksuits at home as well, and I have to tell you, this influenced my femininity so much. Nowadays, women totally forgot, they just wear a tracksuit, some sneakers, and like I said, I understand when you're at home, you just don't feel like putting a lot of makeup on or doing your haircut and looking like you're going on a red carpet. This is completely normal. Everybody wants to be relaxed at home and wants to be themselves. And you can still be yourself. But what I'm trying to say here is that it changes the way how you feel. What you wear definitely changes how you feel at one point. In the past, women wore those long silk robes and long dresses at home, and they looked like goddesses, and they were so feminine. When I see a picture like this, it reminds me of this amazing woman, feminine woman who waits for her man, or maybe she's single, it doesn't matter. It's actually for you. You want to activate this energy in yourself, for yourself. Your home is your sacred place, it's your temple. Of course it matters how you look at home. Small details really influence the whole picture in the end. It influences your mood, it influences how you feel, how you act, how you interact with people. So don't forget about that. Another thing that I've been working on a lot is my body posture. I don't know if you have noticed this on certain women, and I'm not saying again this from some judgmental way. I'm saying this in a way that you would improve that. Your body posture really tells a lot. Sometimes you don't have to say any words, but people will know how you feel and what you think with your body posture. So let me give you an example of a woman who says she's confident, but her body is telling a completely different story. So like this, what do you think? Do you find me confident, or you just don't find something right in my body posture? So now I'm going to change my body posture in a more confident woman. And this is like this. You actually open up your chest. This is how a woman shows her confidence without even talking about it. And I'm sure you can see a big difference right now. This is when you really step up into your power, in your presence, and you don't have to say any words. People will just feel it and they will just know it. Another thing that I have seen also with men and with women is their voice. I've heard this so many times. Speaking with a high-pitched note. Can you see that? This is something that a lot of women do, and also men. Speaking with a very, very high notes, and no one will take you seriously if you speak like this. I'm sure that you can feel a big difference between my voice now and between a voice that I just did. And I know sometimes it's really funny, but really be careful with that. Women, you should have to learn to speak out of your womb. Once you talk from the womb, from your real feminine power, that's when the real difference happens, and that's when people will take you seriously. And I know that this requires a lot of practice. I'm practicing this for years, and it's so important that you do this, because if you want to be taken seriously, like I said, you don't have to fight and prove with your diplomas and with your career that you are independent and that you can now be this powerful woman. If you come to a meeting and you start speaking like this and your posture is like this, no one will take you seriously, okay? So this is the big difference that a lot of women forget on, and actually makes the whole difference. So really think about those things, please. Tantra. I know this is quite controversial for some people, and some people are afraid of it or shy, and I definitely recommend you to do a big research before you do it, and you actually get to know the people who are doing those things, who are doing Tantra, because it's very important to whom you go. But if you have the right teacher, the right coach, they might help you to activate this sensuality, this feminine energy that everyone is longing for. I really love this actress. I think you all know her, Monica Bellucci. She is, I think, the epitome of a feminine woman, and she definitely has this feminine sensuality very well awakened. So definitely go and check her movie Malena and really take a close look to the way how she moves, how she walks. I think in this movie you will really see it well, how this femininity looks like in a woman. And it's not just because she's very beautiful, but it's because she really radiates that. And one of the advices when it comes to also the clothing that will make you feel feminine is definitely check out my video Sexy Elegance. I think this kind of sexy elegance really brings out this feminine energy as well in a woman. So try to look at this video and you will find a lot of secrets about how to wear clothing that will make you look feminine and sexy but still very elegant. One of the things that I also wanted to talk about was related to men. A lot of times, like I said, women are trying to prove that they are independent, that they don't need a man. Well, in fact, we didn't come to this world to compete. We came to this world to complete each other. And this is what I believe happened with this modern feminism, thinking that we don't need men are mean, they don't respect us. Well, it's always you. But once you really stand in your feminine power, you will not attract a man who is disrespecting you, because you will radiate respect. I see a lot of inspiration in ancient Greek goddesses, in ancient India, when women really celebrated their bodies, regardless if they were more curvy or more skinny, and they were not ashamed of it. Nowadays, a lot of women are ashamed of their bodies. They just are very shy, they just hide, and you don't have to hide, really. Celebrate the body that you have. Look up also to those beautiful masterpieces of Michelangelo, Raphael, Da Vinci, all of those great artists. They always shown a woman in her grace, in her beauty, and you have never seen a really skinny woman there. They were actually celebrating the woman and her body, regardless if it was skinny or, let's say, more curvy. It really doesn't matter also the age. You can see a woman who is in her 80s, and of course you can see some wrinkles and that her body is not the way how it was when she was 20. But you can see this beauty in it as well. And this is what I want for the world and for ladies to understand, that you can celebrate your bodies and you don't have to fit into this superficial beauty that is served to you. It has nothing to do with femininity. It has nothing to do with the feminine power. And you have to understand that first, because if you think that you need to look picture perfect to be feminine, this is not the right way. A woman is very sensitive. Right now, this modern feminism made a woman very aggressive, very masculine, and I want you to understand that this is not the femininity. This is actually some aggressiveness that has to do with inner problems and deeper problems of a person. and not with feminine energy. So my dear ladies, this has been all for today. I'm definitely going to shoot even more videos on this topic. This is just the beginning of our journey and I'm so excited for it. I have so much things to tell you. And thank you very much for today's video, and I will see you in my next video.